All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music and real issues in real time for real people just like you right there, just like me right here. So, mystery, intrigue about Bret Michaels and what happened on the stadium tour in Nashville. There have been a couple of stories that have come out about this. One says that Bret Michaels says unforeseen medical complications have forced Poison to cancel a Nashville concert. There was speculation prior to that Bret Michaels and other members of the entourage had the thing, right? Because again, the way these contracts are written, they're required to do the test apparently a lot. And here's the thing, folks. This isn't going away. This isn't going away. This will always be a problem if they're going to treat it in this way, that it is so dangerous, right? And it's more dangerous than anything else. Now, Bret Michaels has been living with diabetes since age 6. Okay, so again, I'm not saying one thing exacerbates the other problem, but he obviously has had that condition, for the better part of his life for 53 years. He's 59 years old. By the way, he looks great. I would never say 59. I would say maybe 49. But anyway, he released the following statement via his social media: to the incredible fans in Nashville, thank you for all your well wishes. I was truly fired up to get on stage in Music City and perform, but due to an unforeseen medical complication and following hospitalization. So Bret Michaels winds up in the hospital. He says it was not possible. I send my deepest apologies for being unable to rock the stage tonight. I'm working on being back 100% very soon and hope you rocked hard with my friends, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Joan Jett, and this other band, which is on tour, which drew, I don't know, the long straw, this band called Classless Act. I was going to talk about them because for some reason, they're on the stadium tour as like an up and coming new band. And it's weird because you get all these bands that have been out there for years, sort of toiling in relative anonymity. And this other band comes along and they're on the stadium tour. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no logic to it. I think of this band Crazy Licks, right? That has been out there for a few years, putting out music that's very similar to Motley and Def and Poison and all these bands that are out there. True 80s kind of hair metal revival thing. And, they would have been perfect for this. And that's the band I think of first. And there are others. But anyway, that's not really the point of this video. The point of the video is to kind of highlight the confusion that there is out there when it comes to this problem, which is not going away, this thing problem. And David Lee Roth might have been right when he said that, you need backup players at each position. In this case, I think you need an entire backup band. If Poison can't go on, then call another band, call Rat, call Stephen Pearcy and see if they want to go on. Because, not because Rat and Poison go together, because they kind of do, because then you have Rat Poison, right? But, at least fans would be like, okay, no Poison, but we have Rat, and, Pearcy's had his problems out there, but he seems to be okay. Or, pick another band. I don't know. There has to be somebody out there who can be, a fill-in if any one of these bands go down. I mean, this is a big deal. This tour is raking in lots of money. And for the musicians involved, it's a lot of money, and they probably don't want to lose some of their profit margin by hiring, an alternate. Like, we need an alternate band to come in because, who knows? It's probably going to happen to Motley Crue. It's probably going to happen to Def Leppard at some point. The way they're doing this I mean, what about people that attend these shows, right? Is if they're going to apply the same standard, what if you buy tickets for the show, right? And the show is going to go forward and you're not feeling all that well. You can't get a refund. So are you going to go to the show and you're just going to kind of tough it out? I bet you a lot of people would do that because they don't want to lose the money and they want to see the band. And I guess it would depend on how, quote unquote, sick you are, right? How sick do you need to be? If it's very public, you're dripping and you're, whatever the condition is where people can say, whoa, that person shouldn't be here. I mean, I would probably say, yeah, I can't go and we're going to eat this ticket and it's going to stink. But I would be doing that, by the way, regardless of the political nature of the illness. Because can we just say this? This has been politicized. It's so political and it's so out of control with the fear and the pressure for everybody to get out there and do all of these, I don't know if you want to call them measures anymore, but these are things supposedly that are precautionary, and it's not doing any good. It's not, because the thing is going to do its thing. And it doesn't seem that any of the stuff that has been recommended for 2+ years, right, has had any effect on. In fact, in some cases, I would argue the opposite has occurred, but you're not going to be told that. And you're just going to have to stick with what the prevailing narrative is. And if you stray from that narrative, they're going to call you out. They're going to say, okay, well, you're just a denier of whatever. And okay, so far I'm a denier of this particular way of dealing with the problem. So in any event, there was a story that said, the meet and greet was canceled because somebody in the touring party had the thing. Not long after, it was announced that Poison was scrapping its appearance at the concert altogether. Poison has 2 more shows scheduled for the weekend in Florida and Mississippi. Now, if Brett's in the hospital, I can't see how you go from hospital to, hey, we're going to be in Florida, right? I think he's going to be somewhat close to where I am. No, I don't have tickets for the stadium tour. On July 4th weekend, just be sitting in a car somewhere, 110 degrees, hot and, AC cranked. But what I'm saying is it would be, it probably wouldn't be a pleasant experience. A lot of people, though, they plan for this. They book the hotel in advance. We got Poison, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Joan Jett. We're going to make the best of it. We're going to have a great time. And then, of course, your favorite band, Poison, is going to have to pull out, and they're not going to cancel. They did not cancel this entire show because of one band. This is why, again, my argument is for an alternate band. Get somebody else on board, whether it's Rat, whether it's LA Guns. I mean, I don't know who's out there on a moment's notice. Great White, they have a new vocalist. I think that would be appropriate, get them maybe as an alternate or a backup. But I think fans would at least feel that maybe they're getting their money's worth. Yeah, easy for me to say. But in any event, people, we wish Bret Michaels well. We hope that it's not anything more complicated than the Thing, right? Because honestly, the Thing, I don't think is all that complicated. I think it's like other things. But, people have been freaking out for 2+ years, and they're going to continue to freak out because they've been told to freak out, and they're counting. They're doing the numbers game again where I live, telling people, oh, it's much worse than it was last year on this date, even though they're not putting out the numbers they're not doing the numbers every day, but they're still every so often telling you it's worse. And I'm thinking, what changed between this year and last year, right? What's the thing that was introduced last year in mass quantities? And this year, it's worse than last year? I wonder what's going on out there. But you're not going to hear the truth. And people need to really get off this, what do you want to call it, that this narrative, this media narrative that they hear every day, and do your own research. There's a book behind me. I don't know if you can see it in the shot. It's called The Bodies of Others. It is a must read to kind of relive all of this stuff. And I think it would at least get people curious, people who are skeptics of my point of view, because it's so well written and it's scary. On top of it, it's scary, kind of the authoritarianism that, you know, isn't the kind of authoritarianism you hear about certain politicians who lost elections recently. That's not authoritarianism. What the government has been doing, though, for the past 2+ years, that's authoritarianism, and people need to get it straight. And I don't know if they can, you know. So in any event, again, we wish Bret Michaels well, obviously, a speedy recovery. And he's tough. He's a resilient guy. I bet you he'll be out there. If it's not something other than what this appears to be, I think he'll be back out there soon. And hopefully everything will go forward. This stadium tour is a big deal. People are going to be talking about it. And these guys, they want to go to Europe with his tour and all that. Those restrictions aren't going to get easier, no matter really what country. It depends on what country, but for most of these, Western European countries, it's going to be just a nightmare logistically for everybody. All right, people, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. July 4th weekend here, so keep it safe out there. I mean, talking about driving around and stuff. The other thing where people tell you to stay safe, apparently you have no control over that. So, I mean, you could do whatever you think. You could stay away from human beings for the next 30 or 40 years. I just don't think it's going to matter. All right. See you soon.